Let me ask you something that most men never stop to consider. How do you know when a relationship has quietly shifted from love into destruction? It doesn't happen in one explosive moment. No. It happens slowly, almost silently. It's the little cuts, the dismissive comment here, the ignored boundary there, the constant doubt that creeps into your mind. Until one day, you wake up and realize you're no longer the man you used to be. That's the real danger. It's not losing her. It's losing yourself. And the longer you stay blind to it, the more of your peace, your confidence, and your self-respect you give away. So today, I'm going to walk you through 5 unmistakable signs that tell you it's time to leave immediately. As a psychologist and relationship coach, I've sat with countless men who didn't realize the damage until they were already broken down. I don't want that for you. So before we dive in, do me a favor. Subscribe, hit the like button, and share your own experience in the comments. Because your story might just wake up another man who's stuck in the same storm. Now let's break this down. Sign 1. Gaslighting. When your reality is rewritten. This is where emotional destruction usually begins. Gaslighting is when she makes you question your own memory, your own feelings, even your own sanity. You bring up something that hurt you, and she looks you dead in the eye and says, "That never happened." The first time you laugh it off. The third time, you feel uneasy. By the 10th time, you no longer trust yourself. And that's the point. Gaslighting isn't about the argument, it's about control. If she can make you doubt your reality, she never has to change her behavior. Psychologically, gaslighting works like rust. It eats at your confidence slowly, until one day you wake up and don't even recognize the man staring back in the mirror. You've gone from strong and certain to anxious and apologetic. Here's the truth. A relationship can survive mistakes, disagreements, even fights. But it cannot survive when your reality is constantly erased. So what do? Anchor yourself in facts. Write things down. Keep a record of what was said and agreed upon. When you confront it, stay calm. Say, "When I share something and you deny it, I begin to doubt myself." That's damaging to us. If she takes responsibility, there's hope. But if she doubles down, mocks you, or flips the blame back on you, understand this. She's not trying to fix the relationship. She's trying to keep control. And here's the cold truth. A woman who truly loves you will never make you feel crazy for remembering reality. If you're constantly editing your words, watering down your feelings, or doubting your sanity just to stay, that's not love. That's corrosion. Sign 2. Boundary disrespect. When your no means nothing. Every healthy relationship is built on boundaries. They're not walls. They're agreements that protect peace, respect, and trust. Your boundaries say, "This is who I am. This is what I need. This is how I expect to be treated." But what happens when you draw a line and she steps over it? You tell her you need space, and she gets angry. You tell her not to go through your phone, and she laughs it off and does it anyway. You set a limit, and she treats it like a joke. That's not love. That's a hostile takeover. Psychologically, when someone ignores your boundaries, they're sending a message. My comfort matters more than your peace. My desires matter more than your dignity. One mistake is human. But when boundary breaking becomes a pattern, you're not in a partnership anymore. You're in a power struggle. So here's what you must do. Define your boundaries clearly. Don't hint. Don't suggest. State them plainly. Enforce them consistently. A boundary without consequence is just a wish. And here's the hard mirror check. Have you been holding the line? Or have you been folding, giving in just to avoid conflict? Because if you keep folding, you're teaching her that your no is negotiable. And a negotiable boundary is no boundary at all. Remember, a woman who respects you may test your limits, but she'll adapt once she sees they're real. A woman who doesn't respect you will keep pushing until you lose yourself. And when your boundaries collapse, Your self-worth collapses with them. Sign 3. Victim playing. When you're always the villain. You know the script. No matter what happens, somehow it ends up being your fault. She forgets to call? You didn't remind her. She snaps at you? You pushed her into it. She hides something? You weren't loving enough. Every wrong turn in the relationship circles back to you. And after a while you stop asking, did I do something wrong? And start asking, what's wrong with me? That's the damage. Victim playing is emotional armor. A way for her to avoid accountability by placing all the guilt on you. Here's the psychology. When one partner constantly plays the victim, the other partner becomes the scapegoat. And once you've been trained to carry all the guilt, you lose your confidence, your voice, and eventually your identity. So what's the move? Refuse to play the blame game. Don't spin in circles proving your innocence. State facts calmly. I hear you feel hurt, but that doesn't mean this is all my fault. Demand accountability. Say, I'll own my part, but I need you to own yours. A balanced partner will step up. A chronic victim will double down. Either way, you get clarity. But ask yourself, have you been absorbing blame just to keep the peace? Because every false confession you make only trains her to keep using you as the villain. And no man can thrive in a trial that never ends. Sign 4. Disrespecting time. When your life doesn't matter to her. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Money can be replaced. Energy can be restored. But once an hour is gone, it's gone forever. And yet, some women treat a man's time like it's disposable. She shows up late with no apology. She cancels plans at the last second. She spends hours scrolling through her phone, but acts like you're demanding when you ask for 20 minutes of her attention. At first, you excuse it. She's busy. She's stressed. But patterns don't lie. When she constantly wastes your time, what she's really saying is, my priorities matter more than yours. You'll wait. You'll adjust. You'll bend. Psychologically, respect for time equals respect for you. A woman who values you will guard your time as fiercely as her own. A woman who doesn't will waste it without thought. So here's how you respond. Set standards. If we make plans, I expect us to stick to them. If something changes, I need to know. Enforce consequences. Don't wait endlessly. Don't reschedule 10 times. If she cancels last minute, don't rush to make yourself available again. And here's the inner work. Do you value your own time? Or are you handing it away freely, dropping everything for her while neglecting yourself? Because if you don't value your time, why should she? Understand this. When a woman constantly disrespects your time, she's not just careless. She's shaping the rhythm of the relationship and teaching you that your needs always come second. That's not love. That's disregard. Sign 5. Stopping effort. When she no longer shows up. At the beginning, effort is everywhere. She dresses up for you. She asks about your day. She surprises you with small acts that make you feel chosen. But somewhere along the way, the effort dies. The compliments fade. The conversations dry up. The energy disappears. It's not anger. It's not busyness. It's detachment. And detachment is lethal to love. Psychologically, effort is the oxygen of intimacy. Without it, the connection suffocates. Small gestures are proof of investment. When they vanish, so does the bond. So what do? Diagnose the cause. Is it stress? Fatigue? Temporary burnout? Then communicate and see if she's willing to repair. But if the neglect becomes the new normal, if she shrugs it off and shows zero effort, then you need to face the truth. You cannot carry a relationship on your back. One person cannot do the work of two. Here's the harsh reality. When a woman stops trying, she's already withdrawn. Her body might still be present, but her heart has already left. And the more you chase, the more you shrink. At that point, you have to decide. Are you going to keep waiting by the graveside of what once was? Or are you going to walk away and choose life for yourself? Now you've seen the 5 signs: gaslighting, boundary violations, victim games, disrespecting time, and finally no effort. Each one on its own is corrosive, but when they show up together, you're no longer in a relationship. You're in a slow demolition. And here's the truth you need to remember. Choosing to leave is not weakness. It's strength. It's leadership over your own life. If she's dimming your light, stop begging her to notice your flame. Walk into the space where your light shines without apology. That's where you belong. So if these signs hit home, don't ignore them. Don't rationalize them. Don't wait for change that never comes. Your time, your peace, and your dignity are worth more than that. And if you're ready to stop wasting energy on the wrong people, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and share your experience in the comments. Because most men never hear these warnings until it's too late. But you're here, you're awake, and now you know.